All right, let's get right into it. There's this huge question hanging over the heads of experienced software engineers everywhere, right? And it's this: what's your role? What's your actual value when an AI can write code and probably write it faster than you ever could? It's a massive shift, and we're going to unpack it together. This quote, man, it just hits you. It's from a conversation about a senior engineer, someone with 20 years in the game. He didn't say he felt threatened or angry. He said he felt unnecessary. That one word gets right to the heart of this whole thing, and a lot of people are feeling it right now.
So, is he right? Is 2 decades of hard-won experience suddenly obsolete? Well, this is the big question we're going to explore. We'll be following a story about a mentor, Margaret, and her colleague, Timothy, as they try to figure this out. You see, this feeling of being unnecessary, it's not just about job security. It's deeper than that. It's a full-blown crisis of purpose. Imagine spending your whole career getting really good at something, only to see it get automated in a flash.
I mean, think about it. All those things that made you senior in the first place, nailing those tough bug fixes, spinning up boilerplate code in your sleep, knowing complex algorithms, those are the exact things AI is incredible at. So it's not about being replaced, it's about feeling like your very identity as a developer is being questioned. So, how do we deal with this? Well, in our story, the mentor, Margaret, she says we need to look deeper. We have to stop thinking about the title of senior developer and start asking what the actual substance of seniority really is.
And that's really the question for all of us, isn't it? What does it truly mean to be senior? If you strip away all the things an AI can do now, what's actually left? This is the piece of the puzzle we absolutely have to solve.
For years, we've thought of seniority as being about things like speed, right? And recognizing patterns, having good judgment. You're faster because you've seen the problem a dozen times before. But AI is really forcing us to rethink which of these things are the most important.
And this is where it all starts to click. Look at this. AI is taking over the mechanical side of things, the raw speed, recognizing known patterns, finding known solutions. So what's left for us? The deeply human stuff, the stuff that only comes from years of experience. Your judgment, your sense of proportion, knowing what actually matters, and understanding all the unsaid context of a project.
And this is the big aha moment from Margaret. Judgment and proportion, they aren't the leftovers, they were always the whole point. Speed and pattern matching were just the tools you used to get there. The real value has always been in knowing what to build, and more importantly, why. Think of it like this. An AI is an incredible assistant. It does exactly what you tell it. But it has no idea about the history of your project, the technical debt you're hiding, or the weird team dynamics you have to navigate. That deep, unspoken knowledge, the kind that's built on a graveyard of past failures, that's where a senior developer's value is now.
So all of this leads to a really powerful new way to think about the role. It's a shift from being a builder to becoming a navigator.
The old way of measuring your worth, who wrote the most lines of code, who is the main builder on the project, that's fading away. Your value isn't just in the implementation anymore.
Instead, it's about being a navigator. And I love this metaphor. You're not just rowing the boat anymore, you're the one charting the course, reading the maps, watching the weather, and making sure the entire ship gets to the right destination.
So, what does a navigator actually do? Well, your work covers the whole project. Upstream, you're framing the work before anyone writes a single line of code. During the project, you're the connective tissue holding it all together. Downstream, you're reviewing everything and making sure it integrates properly. And all the time, you're the one holding the complete context, the business goals, the team, the history. That's how you can judge if the AI's output isn't just correct, but if it's right for you. Okay, so this is maybe the most crucial point. You have to change your mindset. You are not in a race against the AI. Stop it. Your job is to use the AI to serve the project's goals. Your new way of measuring success isn't how fast you can type. It's the quality of the final outcome.
Okay, so you're a navigator. Cool. But what does that actually look like day to day? How does it change the most important senior tasks, like code review and leadership? Let's get into that.
We need to talk about a brand new risk. Let's call it the authorship illusion. Because AI code looks so clean, so confident, it's incredibly easy to just trust it. But here's the thing. You didn't write it. You don't have that deep, intimate knowledge that comes from building something yourself, line by line.
And because you've lost that deep familiarity, your review instinct has to get more intense, not less. You have to be even more skeptical. Are these tests really enough? Is this the right approach for our system? Your instincts have to get sharper.
Now, what about leadership?
Oh, this chart just lays it out perfectly. So look at the first bar. That's a junior dev's output. Now, give them an AI. That's the second bar. Whoa, their output explodes. But it can be all over the place, totally chaotic. And then, look at that third bar. That's when you add a senior's direction. It focuses all that raw power, and you get the highest, most effective results. Speed without direction has never been more dangerous.
So we've seen the role change from builder to navigator, and we know our skills in review and leadership have to get even sharper. And all of this leads to a conclusion that might actually surprise you.
The stakes are just so much higher now. Why? Because your team can build things so much faster. And that means the consequence of building the wrong thing is huge. You can now go in the wrong direction at lightning speed, and the cost of a bad decision is much, much higher.
And this really is the key takeaway. The incredible speed of AI doesn't make your senior judgment less valuable. No, it makes it exponentially more valuable. The most important question is no longer, can we build this, but should we build this?
Which brings us all the way back to the beginning. That senior engineer who felt unnecessary, he was wrong, totally wrong. With the stakes this high, his judgment, his context, his sense of what matters, all of that makes him more necessary than he has ever been. So let's end with this thought. The true measure of a senior developer was never really about how much code they could write themselves. The AI has just made that truth impossible to ignore. The real question you should be asking yourself now is, with your experience and with your judgment, what do you make possible?